protest begins. That's right. We have nationwide protests against Donald Trump. People that associate with Donald Trump are dropping like flies. Things are not going well for the Trump administration. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, I hope you're all doing well today, and happy No King's Day. Once again, Americans are standing up everywhere to declare that we are not going to allow another king. And the reason these protests are so enormous is because Americans are fed up.
But we also know there was a ProPublica investigation that more than 170 Americans have been detained by ICE, with 20 held for more than a day without being able to contact their lawyer or a loved one. And that's what the No Kings protest is about. Donald Trump says, I'm not a king. And yeah, we get it. You're not a king. You wish you were a king, and you're running this administration as if you should have those kinds of rights. The lack of respect for the Constitution and the laws of this country are astounding. And Trump even told Kristen Welker when he was on Meet the Press a few months ago that he didn't know if he had to uphold the Constitution. And in preparation for today's show, I just wanted to go over, a few of the things that people who are going to be out there on the streets peacefully protesting are upset about. Starting with the basics, signing an executive order to do away with birthright citizenship, which is literally in the Constitution, sending troops into blue cities.
Oh, you mean anchor babies?
Unilaterally implementing tariffs, which Congress gets to do. I already talked about the 170 Americans who've been locked up. Cracking down on the First Amendment, detaining students for op-eds you don't like, targeting law firms, universities, reallocating funds appropriated by Congress to fund your big ICE force, firing inspectors generals that are looking into your friends like Elon Musk, making billions off of crypto scams, and your kids are running all over the world making deals. And the Trump administration has defied 1 in 3 judges that have ruled against him. And you're seeing that from judges appointed up from Reagan up to Donald Trump that are saying absolutely not, you are breaking the law in taking some of these actions.
And it's really quite funny also watching how much the Republicans have been coping about this event.
There is no question now. When people were kind of frowning about the use of the word authoritarian and fascist to describe Trump at the beginning of the year, but we've seen nothing but that ever since. Right. The prosecution of political enemies, soldiers on the streets, everything that you read about in, the attempt to divide, demonize the enemy, calling them, terrorists, calling people who are just marching in the streets terrorist supporters, and Antifa and Hamas and all that stuff. And you see, it is really, really insane. And what they're trying to do with all these lies, I mean, these people, I mean, that's one of the problems that leads to authoritarianism, is that you have a bunch of people who are lying liars who lie, and they continue to lie.
But now things have just spiraled even more. That's right, a top Maga senator just resigned as the No Kings protest begins. Take a look at today's top story. Trump world is in full-blown crisis mode. A top Trump ally has been forced to resign in disgrace, just as a new wave of nationwide protests is erupting under the rallying cry, No Kings. Vermont State Senator Samuel Douglas, one of the most vocal supporters of President Trump, just announced his resignation after being exposed for his role in a disgusting private group chat filled with racist and anti-Semitic messages. The scandal, first revealed by Politico, showed nearly 3,000 pages of messages between young, hardline Republicans plotting to take control of the party on a pro-Trump platform. Mixed in with campaign talk were repeated racial slurs and mockery of minorities. Douglas himself was caught making offensive comments about people from India, while his wife joined in with an anti-Semitic remark. The fallout was immediate. Facing backlash from both Democrats and Republicans, Douglas said he was stepping down to keep his family safe. But few are buying that excuse. Most see it as a forced resignation from a man too toxic to stay in office. This comes as protests are sweeping the nation under the banner No Kings, a movement aimed at rejecting President Trump's expanding power and the cult-like control he still holds over the GOP. From Washington to small towns across America, demonstrators are flooding the streets demanding accountability and warning against what they see as creeping authoritarianism. So today, Trump's movement is taking hit after hit. His allies are crumbling, his supporters are being forced out, and his opponents are mobilizing like never before. The No Kings protests are growing, and even some inside the Republican Party are quietly admitting what's become impossible to ignore. The Trump machine is starting to collapse under its own weight. Thanks so much for watching. Please.
Hey everybody, so in our country, the power is with the people. And tomorrow, I encourage everyone to get out there in peaceful protest of what is happening in our country and express our voice around the country we believe in. So get out there and join the No Kings event near you, and please take care.
This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. No way, no hope. Donald Trump has got to go. Justice. When do we want? Now. If we don't get it, what do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. No kings. USA where freedom reigns. No cows. No kings.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beauty. So let's talk about what happened yesterday, 18th October. For the past days, there's a lot of viral video going around the internet about No Kings protest that will be taking place on 18th October. All across America, from Washington D.C. to Poland, Chicago, Atlanta, and New York, people marched out. They carried signs that said No Kings. Power belongs to the people. Democracy meant us, the people. It wasn't about violence, it was about freedom, about rejecting the idea that one man, one party, or one billionaire can control everything. And here is what's wide. All protests were mostly peaceful. Families, students, activists, all together. But it was peaceful. It was actually a peaceful protest.
Actually, we're on our way to Minneapolis, and we happened upon it. Woohoo! Yay! Woo! High five! High five! Woo! Whatever they said. Woo! TikTok, don't take this down! We're still going, by the way. Look at these guys. Dang, man. Woo! Holy moly. Good job, guys. Nice work. What's up? Yay! Good job, everybody. Hi. Hi. You know me.
What would you say to Donald Trump if he was watching right here, right now?
Release the Epstein files.
Fuck you, I hate you, man.
Get out of office immediately. You're not helping anyone. In fact, you're hurting the entire population. Immigrants are welcome here.
You need help, man. The people around you are taking advantage of you. You're an old man with dementia. This is elderly abuse. Also, fuck you.
It's really hard, just one thing. Bring back democracy.
You're only fooling a small percentage of the population with your lies.
We all see through your lies. You're racist. There's no other words to say it, but you're racist.
Step down. Step down and do the right thing. You need to just go. You know that. I mean, he's not well. And I don't want to be like this. He's ineffective, and you know you're ineffective.
Your days are numbered.
And what does that mean?
You're going to be out soon. And even if you make it to your full term, history's not going to be light to you. You're on the wrong side of history.
I want to show you the unbelievable turnout of the No Kings protests in major cities across the U.S. This is Boston, Massachusetts. This is Washington, D.C., where over 200,000 people have turned out. This is New York City, where they expect probably 200,000 people as well. And this is Chicago, Illinois. This entire protest is likely the largest ever in modern American history. Good job, guys. Did you attend?
And you can see I'm in Fort Lauderdale. This is a No King State protest. This one is just beginning. This lasts for the next 5 hours until 5 p.m. So the organizers have requested the Fort Lauderdale Police Department be here for protection, and they are here. By dictators for sure.
That's perfect. All right. How far do you want to go now? What's good? It's going to be a long. No king! Exactly. I love your sign. Yes. Yeah, take that little blue pill away from that old man.
Here for my Democrats, my Magas, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burned LA bulbs. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, No King State protest.
The crowd is for sure building here at Father Duffy Square in what is the second No King's Day demonstration we are seeing across the country this year. You can take a look at those signs. Demonstrators are here with their flags, some even with their children. And the first No King's Day demonstration in June was triggered by President Donald Trump's military parade. This time around, it's sparked by the prolonged government shutdown, along with the deployment of federal authorities towards immigration enforcement and at other demonstrations across the country. Some of these signs here we're seeing say America was built by immigrants, we don't bow to billionaires. Just a lot of frustration from demonstrators here and across the country calling the Trump administration authoritarian. And this is one of thousands of demonstrations being held across the country today.
They love me, they really love me. I love it. We're in Times Square, folks. We're having a great time at the No Kings rally. They're here for me. They're throwing me a parade. I love a parade. Thank you so much. We love it, folks. We love it.
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that.
The numbers are in. Today, over 7 million people all across the world, literally, went out and protested for the future of the people, fair governance, and democracy while protesting against Donald Trump and his administration. Over 100,000 people protested in Los Angeles, 200,000 people in Washington, D.C., over 100,000 people in New York City, 100,000 people in Boston, 100,000 people in Chicago, 40,000 people in Portland, not to mention the loads of people who showed up and protested in places like San Diego, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. And these figures don't even begin to account for what we saw in the over 2,600 American cities that hosted protests that I haven't even named. And the best part of it is, these protests were peaceful. Cities like San Diego and New York City reported 0 protest-related arrests, making No King's Day 2.0 one of the largest peaceful protests in this country's history. And this is incredibly embarrassing to the White House and many Republicans in Congress that referred to these protests as Hate America rallies and called the attendees violent, hateful people and criminals. Today, we saw a shining example of what democracy should look like. The American people made their voices loud and clear. This is a win in my books, and it should be in yours too.
All right, folks, look, I am on my way to No Kings in New York City. You can hear it in the background already. We're on a major avenue, 7th Ave here in Manhattan. It goes right through Times Square. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at right now. This protest is huge. I was at the last one. This one looks even bigger. Take a look. And look, let's just get ahead of the narrative now for Maga. All these people you see protesting, they're doing so peacefully. There's no violence, no nothing, no disruptions. These are people in the streets making their voices heard. It really doesn't get more American than that. And I'm now approaching Times Square. You can see it in the background. Take a look. I love it. See, when Democrats go protesting, we got music, we got good people in the streets, we have peaceful protests. When Republicans do it, you know, they invade the Capitol building. So this is amazing. I will keep you guys updated on what's taking place here in New York City, but it is truly remarkable.
Let's go over some of the best signs from the No Kings protests. Imagine losing our country to a fat bitch that can't even blend his makeup. Billionaires are the only minority hurting America. 13 years of Christian school and you expect me to not love my neighbor. Veto the Cheeto. This is at all of the protests and this is one of my favorites of all time. If Kamala was in charge, we'd be at brunch, which honestly I think is true. I think that the chaos that has been caused over the past year in our society is mainly because of Trump. Never mind, don't take me to your leader, aka an alien, saying that they'd rather not be on planet Earth. Keep the heat on ice until it melts. You know exactly what that means. I hate crowds, but I hate Trump more. We know what goes down at the Republican parties, at the Republican conventions, and we know what's going on behind closed doors. There have been many people that have been caught on Grindr. This is a good sign. Mike Johnson blocked me on Grindr. This is the worst sequel ever, aka Trump's second term. We already know how that's been going down. Have you seen any other crazy signs? Drop them in the comments.
We have some major news right now. I'm at the D.C. No King's Day protest where there are tens of thousands of people. This is the flagship protest. Folks, the crowd goes all the way to the United States Capitol. And I want to show you right behind me over here. And it goes all the way over there, all the way back there to the White House. Tens of thousands of people are here. Remember, they had over 100,000 people during the first No King's Day protest on June 14th. Organizers expect that this is bigger. And if I had to guess, it's probably bigger already, except we don't have official crowd numbers just yet right now. But folks, look at this. Look at this. Tens of thousands of people marching. It's all peaceful, not a shred of violence, completely peaceful in Washington D.C. And I'm on a bit of a lift, so we're going to try to go up and see if we can see this from aerial, from the crowd. But this is what democracy looks like. This is the First Amendment right now in real time. So if you're here, come say hi. As always, spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free to support my work. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. More to come soon.
Come back to the channel. No King's Day might be over, but the message is just getting started, because What we saw yesterday wasn't hate, it was hope. It was regular people standing up to say, no, we are not bowing to dictators. No, we are not silencing our voice. And no, we are not giving up on democracy. The system might call it dangerous, but the history will call it necessary. Right? Okay guys, thank you for watching this video with me. Thank you for those who has been subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate. And also do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe to my channel to help my channel out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.